Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take a stack of information, sift through it, and pull out the most important nuggets to get you well-informed, fast.
Today we're plunging into Chapter 5 of our source material, a really pivotal moment in the life of Animal Farm.
Yeah, winter's giving way to spring, but with it comes some pretty dramatic shifts in power, hints of betrayal, and some truly clever, maybe chilling, manipulation.
That's right. This chapter is a definite turning point. Our mission today is to unpack these critical events, the surprising shifts in who holds the reins, and, the ways information and narratives can be controlled.
It's basically a shortcut to understanding how a new society, just starting out, can be reshaped from the inside.
Exactly. And you'll see how seemingly small details can signal these massive changes and what it all means for the bigger picture.
Okay, so let's kick things off with a rather telling departure. Mollie, the mare who loved her ribbons, maybe a little too much.
Right. So as the season changed, the chapter describes Mollie becoming, increasingly troublesome.
Yeah, she was chronically late for work, always complaining about mysterious pains, even though she had a great appetite.
And she'd frequently run off to the drinking pool just to stare at her own reflection. Vanity, sure, but maybe something more.
It seems like it. Because Clover, who's always watching, she noticed something wasn't quite right.
She confronted Mollie directly, said she'd seen her over the hedge, talking with one of Mr. Pilkington's men.
And crucially, letting him stroke her nose.
Yeah. Mollie's reaction, total denial, wouldn't look Clover in the eye, just bolted. Classic guilt, really.
And Clover didn't just leave it there, did she? She went snooping.
Quietly investigated Mollie's stall, and found a hidden stash, a pile of lump sugar, and several bunches of colored ribbons.
That discovery really sealed it, didn't it? Tied Mollie straight back to the human world they were supposed to have rejected.
Absolutely. And then, just 3 days later, Mollie was gone. Vanished.
That was the pigeons, the farm's little messengers who brought back the news.
Right. They'd seen her on the other side of Willingdon, pulling a smart red and black dog cart, looking quite happy about it.
Being stroked and fed sugar by a, quote, fat, red-faced man. Her coat, newly clipped, wearing a scarlet ribbon.
She seemed to be enjoying herself, the pigeons reported.
And this detail really gets me. None of the animals ever mention Mollie again. Just silence.
That silence is powerful, isn't it?
Yeah. What does her departure and that silence tell us about what's happening on the farm, the future of dissent?
Well, Mollie basically represents the individual who just can't let go of the old comforts, the luxury, the pampering by humans. Her personal desires outweighed any commitment to animalism.
So her vanishing.
It's like a quiet removal of someone who didn't fit the mold, someone whose individual wants clashed with the group's ideology. It sets a precedent, really, about you just disappear from the story.
A very chilling way to control the narrative right from the start.
Definitely. And it kind of clears the stage for the next power play. Because while Mollie's story is happening on the sidelines, the real fight is brewing at the center.
Right. Winter turns to spring, but things are heating up politically. By January, it says the pigs were pretty much accepted as the decision makers.
Yeah, seen as cleverer. Their decisions still needed a vote to ratify them, technically, but they were setting the agenda.
But this setup immediately soured into this bitter rivalry between Snowball and Napoleon.
Oh, completely. They disagreed on almost everything. Planting barley versus oats, farm improvements. The debates apparently got quite intense.
And their styles were so different. Snowball, the great speaker, winning over the crowd with brilliant speeches.
He was the orator, yeah. Napoleon, though, was quieter, better at canvassing support for himself in between times.
Especially with the sheep. That feels, more strategic, almost sneakier.
It does. And the sheep, you can't underestimate their role. Constantly bleating, 4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
Wasn't just noise, was it?
No, not at all. It strategically interrupted Snowball, often at crucial moments in his speeches, shutting down complex ideas before they could land.
It's amazing how a simple slogan can just derail everything.
Meanwhile, Snowball's busy innovating, studying old farming magazines, coming up with plans for field drains, silage.
Even a scheme for animals to drop dung directly in the fields to save labor. He was all about progress, efficiency, an idealist.
Definitely. While Napoleon, he produced 0 plans of his own, just quietly said Snowball's ideas wouldn't work.
The chapter says he seemed to be biding his time.
And that's key. His strategy wasn't public debate. It was building power behind the scenes, waiting for his moment.
And the biggest slash point, the main disagreement, was the windmill.
Ah, yes, the windmill. Snowball's grand vision.
He wanted to build it on the highest point of the farm, generate electricity.
It was a huge transformative idea. Power for lighting, heating, running machines like saws, chaff cutters, milking machines.
He painted this picture of a future where animals would only work 3 days a week. More leisure, time for self-improvement, a real utopia.
Very tempting. And interestingly, he got the technical details from books he found in Jones's house.
Right. 1,000 useful things to do about the house, every man his own bricklayer, electricity for beginners. He was actually studying, drawing complex plans in the incubator shed.
Plans the other animals couldn't understand but were apparently very impressed by, shows his dedication to practical knowledge.
Napoleon's counter. Much simpler. Forget the windmill. Focus on food production now.
He argued building it would mean starvation. Pure pragmatism, or maybe just opposition for its own sake.
And this split the farm right down the middle. Two factions. Vote for Snowball and the 3-day week versus vote for Napoleon and the full manger.
Deep divisions. And then you have Benjamin the donkey, just standing aside.
Yeah, his cynicism is remarkable, believing life would stay miserable either way. He's like this ignored warning sign.
Totally. And the disagreement wasn't just the windmill, it was defense too. Napoleon wanted guns.
Snowball wanted to spread the revolution to other farms, make allies.
And the other animals, they were swayed back and forth, agreed with whoever was speaking last. Shows a lack of, independent thinking.
Which all leads up to this crucial Sunday meeting, the windmill vote.
Snowball gives this incredible speech, really eloquent, expands the vision beyond just machinery to electric light, hot water, heaters, and stalls.
He totally wins them over. It seems like a done deal.
But then Napoleon stands up, gives Snowball this strange look, lets out a high-pitched whimper.
And all hell breaks loose. 9 enormous dogs, brass-studded collars, suddenly bound into the barn.
Straight for Snowball.
It's chaos. A chase across the pasture. Snowball barely makes it out, slipping through a hedge.
And, as the text says, was seen no more. Just like that. A brutal, sudden coup.
And the dogs. It turns out they were the puppies Napoleon took away earlier.
Exactly. The ones he reared privately, now grown, fierce, wolf-like.
And the detail that they wagged their tails at Napoleon the same way the other dogs used to do for Mr. Jones. Chilling.
It shows the whole thing was calculated. A long game. He's basically replaced Jones, using the same methods of control.
With Snowball gone, Napoleon wastes no time, stands on the platform, Sunday meetings, abolished.
Calls them unnecessary, a waste of time.
All decisions now made by a special committee of pigs, headed by Napoleon, meeting in private.
Animals still assemble on Sundays, but only for ceremony to get their orders. No more debates. Finish.
The animals are dismayed, obviously, but what can they do? Doxer is troubled, but can't find the words.
And when 4 young pigs actually try to protest,
they're immediately silenced by the dog's deep, menacing growls. Terrifying.
And then the sheep kick in again. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad, over and over for 15 minutes.
Drowning out any chance of discussion. It's the immediate, violent suppression of any dissent.
So the coup is complete. Now it's Squealer's job to sell it.
Right. Spin Doctor arrives. He's sent around the farm to explain the new reality.
And he frames Napoleon taking power not as a grab, but as a noble sacrifice. A deep and heavy responsibility.
Saying leadership isn't a pleasure, that Napoleon only did it for their own good. Pure propaganda.
And he starts tearing down Snowball immediately, calls him a criminal.
Even though Snowball was heroic at the Battle of the Cowshed. But Squealer redefines bravery.
Chillingly, yeah. Bravery is not enough, he says. Loyalty and obedience are more important.
And he hints Snowball's role in the battle was exaggerated anyway. Just rewriting history on the spot.
His trump card, though, the argument no one can answer, is fear.
Surely, comrades, you do not want Jones back.
Exactly. That line shuts down all debate. Fear of the past used to justify control in the present. It's incredibly effective.
And Boxer. Poor, loyal Boxer. He just adds 2 new maxims to his repertoire.
On top of, I will work harder, now it's also, if Comrade Napoleon says it, it must be right.
And Napoleon's always right.
Ah.
It's heartbreaking seeing that loyalty twisted.
It really is. And the new routines cement the change quickly. Old Major's skull gets dug up, put on display.
New seating arrangements at meetings. Napoleon, Squealer, Minimus on the platform, dogs all around them, other pigs behind, animals facing them. Very hierarchical.
Napoleon delivering orders like a drill sergeant. Gruff, soldierly style, it says.
Then comes the bombshell. 3 Sundays after chasing Snowball away, Napoleon announces the windmill will be built after all.
Total shocker. No explanation given for the U-turn. Just warnings of hard work and maybe fewer rations.
But the twist is, a special pig committee had already worked out the plans in secret.
So the whole opposition was a sham, and Squealer, naturally, has the explanation ready.
Of course he does. He goes around privately, tells them Napoleon was never really against the windmill.
Claims it was Napoleon's idea all along. Snowball stole the plans.
And Napoleon only pretended to oppose it as what was the word?
A maneuver, a tactic, to get rid of Snowball, that dangerous character and a bad influence.
Right, tactics. Squealer apparently loved that word, skipped around saying tactics, comrades, tactics.
The animals didn't really get it, the chapter notes, but Squealer was so persuasive.
And he had 3 dogs with him, growling. That probably helped.
Definitely helps, so they accepted it. It just shows the complete manipulation of information, rewriting the past to fit the present.
Making truth completely flexible, bendable to whatever the leadership needs it to be, especially with force backing it up.
Yeah. So this chapter, this deep dive, really lays bare how quickly power can consolidate through force, how narratives are controlled, and how dissent just gets crushed.
Absolutely. Which leaves us, and you, with a final thought to chew on. How do societies decide what's true when information sources are controlled by those in power?
And what role does individual curiosity, or maybe just critical thinking, play when challenging the narrative becomes so risky? What stands out to you as the most, surprising or concerning shift we've talked about today?